Hi everyone, and welcome to the channel. T5 the Traveler here with Becky the Trekkie, and today we're going to take you on a ship's tour of the MSC Splendida, and we're here on deck 6. We'll show you where the embarkation, disembarkation areas are, the pools, the food, the shopping. It's day 7 on the cruise for us, so we've got a lot of ship's tips and tricks to share with you. And you ready for the tour?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go. Okay, so over here, the crew's just doing a little safety training for themselves, so there's no danger going on. If you hear the sirens, that's what's going on. Here's your embarkation doors right over here, or it could be on the other side, depending on which port that you're going to be in. They've got this big central atrium area here. This is kind of the deck 5s down below. We'll take you down there and show you that, but let's show you this deck over here. They've got a little bar over here. It's pretty busy later at night. They don't really like to wait on you right up at the bar at this one, but you can sit in these lounge chairs over here and they'll get to you at some point. Not the fastest one, but that's a good one if you want to get a drink when you first get on the ship. It's not impossible. Over here they've got the future cruise desk, so sometimes we just book online. We find that the online packages are sometimes a little bit cheaper depending on the sales, but you can do that. Okay, so I think what we'll do is we're just going to go ahead and take you right up to the pool deck, right at these elevators. We'll show you the pools and some of the amenities on this beautiful ship. All right. Okay, in we go. They've got a glass elevator. We're going to go up to 14 if we can get the button to push. There it is on that side. That one worked.
Right up on that side.
The elevators are hit or miss. Sometimes they try to open the doors before they get there, but they're definitely working on it. There's that chandelier right there. Okay, so we're heading on up to deck 14, and we'll take you on out and see what the pools look like. Here we go. All right, just outside the elevator doors is going to be the Aqua Park. There shouldn't be a whole lot of people here. It's a port day. We're in Livorno, Italy. But if you want to get a signature gelato, you can do it right over here. It's that Vinci chocolate. It's definitely ice cold in there. You can see the condensation, but they've got vanilla chocolate and that sort of thing. They've got two bars. They basically mirror each other. There's one on this side and one on the other one. And this one's called the Bar del Rico. They have a lot of options over here to choose from, and there's the other one right over there. Here's a few of the pools, just a couple of people out, so I think we're okay to show. They've got like a central water fountain area and then a deeper pool over there. That's that elevator that we were just in those central areas right over there to the right. And there's the Tortuga bar off to the right. We have gotten really good bar service at this one, really fast.
We have,
and quick. So there's a couple of hot tubs over here. If you want to get in a hot tub or the pool when everybody's off the ship, that's probably the best time to do it. This section over here is the smoking section. So if you don't like the smoke, you can go to the buffet on the other side. If that doesn't bother you, you can slide right through on that side. They always got a little music playing out here. There's that pool area. There's the big central screen. And yeah, we'll just take you around and show you all the things to see. All right, just past the Aqua Park there's some double doors. If you want to get to a restroom or the elevators, you can come on through here. And this is going to be the Equator bar and pool area. Later in the day, this one's really gets quite busy, but they do have a couple, they have 3 hot tubs over here, and they've got a little splash down pool. And the kids really love these sprinklers and stuff. They'll get in there and they have a great time, but everybody's pretty much off the ship right now. You can see some couples are having a nice time. They do have lifeguards on deck, so if you're not a great swimmer or whatever, you don't have to worry about that. We have noticed that this class of ship does have a little bit deeper pool than some of the other ones, so just be aware of that. Over here's that other bar right there. If you want to get you coffee or a drink or a frozen concoction later in the day, you can do it. They are open right now, so we have had really good fast bar service on board the ship. The little pool shop is going to be right over here to the right. They're pretty much only open on sea days, so if you want to get in there, and then they've got a couple of showers over there to rinse off. All right, let's carry on. Okay, up the stairs we go. This section over here is going to be part of the yacht club, so if you're trying to cut in through the ship and you're not staying in the yacht club, you don't want to try to come up here to pass through the ship, because they have those doors right there, and oh, it's open for a change. We're not going to go in there, but that one is right there for access to the yacht club on this deck. And then they always have some games out here if you want to play a little foosball, ping pong, that sort of thing. They put the paddles and the balls out a little bit later in the day. And up next, we're going to push on out and show you the other pools to see up top here. All right, we're just going to take you up one more flight of stairs. That's 15 down here, and they don't have a 17 on board the ship, but they do have an 18. Here's the helicopter landing section, and we'll bring you up top here so you can see kind of the central area. They've got more hot tubs out there. We'll take you down there so you can see them. Several hot tubs up on this deck. I'm seeing 4 up here, and then they've got some other areas, lots of lounge chairs. This is usually packed on sea days. You can't hardly even find a chair, so be prepared for that. If you want to get some sun on a hot day, get out here early and get that chair. All right, so we just came down from that top viewing and sunning area. They've got a couple of staircases on either side. There's actually 4 of them if you want to get down to this lower level. There's another nice pool down there. It's pretty good size, deep. If you want to just have the kids get in there and get their feet wet and get in the sprinklers, they can do it right there. Everybody's in the hot tubs right now because it's like the perfect time to kind of get in a hot tub by yourself and that sort of thing. There's those 2 bars that we showed you a little bit earlier, and it's just a nice little outdoor park area. We have noticed on this ship in particular, they don't do the big parties on this deck like they do in the States. They kind of do them in the aft section, but that's where the stage is going to be, right there. And they do a sail away party, but I guess we'll talk about that real quick. It's not like the States because they have people come on and off the ship at different times. So we had 5 port stops on this one, and people can embark and disembark at each port. So right over there is another Italian port, that is Lenovo, and we're gonna venture off into the city here a little bit later in the day. It's a little bit overcast right now, but the sun's supposed to be coming out, and we'll do a full tour of that also. So be available for all the port stops. Will be on the channel, and we'll push on up and show you some of the areas towards this side of the ship. All right, here's one of the areas for the kids. They've got the kids club, the teen club. We saw that they had like 0 to 3, 3 to 6, and then on up. So really, the kids are well attended. If you want to drop the kiddos in those appropriate areas and then venture off the ship, you certainly can do that. We'll get up here and we'll show you the other pool. All right, continuing on deck 15 aft. That brings you into another adult area where they do allow some smoking. They've got a nice little bar over here called the Movida Bar. We actually got us a first drink on board the ship that very first day, and we got in pretty early, so you can get on board the ship a little bit earlier than in the States, maybe even ready to have a drink by 11 o'clock. Your cruise cards are already activated, so that's great right there. They do have 2 more hot tubs, so this ship is not lacking in its hot tub capacity. You'll have a hard time getting one of these lounge chairs though later in the day if it's really busy. That's a very popular area. This is the saltwater pool. It's only 60.8 degrees Fahrenheit, so be prepared for that, but it is up to like 6 feet, and you can do some swimming. All right, another ship's announcement. All right, carrying around to the starboard. This area over here is actually the restaurant for the yacht club. The yacht club's normally in the front, and on the newer ships they have their own restaurant up top. In this case, it's at the back of the ship up on deck 15. So if you're staying in the yacht club and you're looking for your dining venue, that's where that one's going to be. Little double doors for another restroom right there, and that'll take you back in. Let's go up one deck and we'll show you deck 16. The water slide will be up there. All right, up on deck 16, that's going to be the MSC Arena. If you want to come in here and get into a little soccer match or a football match or shoot a few baskets, you can. Just know that netting is very close to the top of that, and we're doing more safety exercises. All right, on past the arena, they've got a little bit of shuffleboard area if you want to play a little shuffleboard. And then if you're looking to access the water slide, you actually got to come up here, and then there's a little more oh no, I'm sorry, you got to pick it up from the staircase just below. I even get confused myself, and that'll take you up here to the top. They're working on the slide right now, and then that takes you down a couple of decks. Up here is going to be the Solaris area for the Solarium sun deck. So that's that private area. If you're staying in the Solaris part of the ship, that's where you access your private sun deck. All right, let's head on back down and show you some more of the amenities. All right, so back down on deck 15, there's the slide access. They got the maintenance crew out here getting her painted up nice and fresh. That door will be open. They call it the Tobogga water slide. And then that was right next door to some of the other kids areas. So they can come out through their areas if they want to do that and get on the slide, and they can access it right there. Okay, I think we're going to go up one more deck here and we'll show you the top area. They've got a restaurant up there and a little nightclub that's open really late. It doesn't even really open till 12:30 or 1 o'clock in the morning. and it runs till 4 a.m. So if you're a night owl, they do have some options. All right, just through those doors in here, they do have restrooms on each side, and they're very private. So we find if you need to wash your hands or something, you can come up here and use it. Here is the arcade and the kids area. We're not going to go into the kids area, but that's how they can access it right there. And they always have the hours that are available on port days. During sea days, it's pretty much open almost day and night. We even saw the kids area open all the way up to midnight. So if you want to drop them, like I say, and then go have an adult time and then pick the kids up later, you can certainly do that. Up those stairs, that brings you into the arcade. They've just got a few little games over here to the left, like claw machines and that sort of thing. They do have a 4D cinema, so if you want to do the 4D cinema, it's only open at certain times, but you can come on up through this section. They've got that Formula 1 racing, and it's locked, and the 4D cinema is right through there, and just check those ship times to see when you can get access to it. Okay. Alrighty, on the other side of Virtual World is the Sea Pavilion Hot Pot Restaurant, and this is actually on the other side of the nightclub, but we'll show you what that looks like. They've got some nice seating up here, panoramic windows, and they do have a few drink options. If you want to get the dining package, you can do it over here. They've got a meat lovers, like 40 bucks per person, sampler that you can do over here, and you will see some ships announcements like meeting points for your excursions and things like that. Over here they've got a nice little food station for when the restaurant is open, and then this is the dance floor for the late night nightclub up here in the top deck, and then you can kind of see out all the ships and everything on those big bay windows right there. It's pretty spacious.
It is.
Compared to, it doesn't look that big from down there, but once you get up here, there's a lot of room to dance around. And then that's going to bring you full circle over here to the Teens Club, which is going to be on this side, up here on this deck. And again, they do have the hours posted right there. All right, let's head on back down, and I think we'll run you through the buffet. All right, making our way back down all those stairs past the Aqua Park, we're going to take you into the Bora buffet. Sometimes these doors are open, other times you got to go through the other section. But let's take you on in and see. It may not be entirely fully open, that sort of thing. It does have varying hours, so we have noticed that it's like breakfast. It starts at like 6:30 and runs to like 11:30, and then they shut it down for a little bit, and then lunch kicks in at like noon or so, just depending. But let's take a look at a few of the items. They always have lots of bread options. If you want to get a dessert on board the ship, you can pretty much do it. I'm still seeing some donuts left out from early breakfast, pancakes, so maybe we're still dangling into breakfast, working their way into lunch. But over here's where they're going to make those pizzas. Late night you'll have some pizza options and that sort of thing. They've always got the bar service available. It looks like they're maybe cleaning it up right now, but if you want to get you a beer or something like that, wine, bottled water, signature coffee, they have them over there. And then it looks like they are starting to transition into a little bit of lunch, so there's some of those salad options, and then this thing gets absolutely packed. So you want to make sure that you're not really in here during peak times. We came in for lunch yesterday. It was like 2 in the afternoon, and we couldn't really find a table or anything like that. So you want to make sure that you're hit those times. So we recommend early for breakfast or right towards the end of breakfast, that sort of thing. There's some fresh fruits and things of that nature right there, and they always have like meats and cheeses available. They keep everything nice and clean, and they're in the middle of just transitioning over right now, but not a lot of people in here, so we'll give them some privacy. Thank you, sir. Turn the lights on for us so you can see. That was nice of them. So they'll have a meat carving station on this side, and then there's one on the other side at different times of the day. If you looking for bread, you can pretty much always get it. If you don't have a drink package, they do have like coffee and tea available. I have noticed on this ship they don't let you get the juices except for at breakfast time, so no pineapple or apple juice after breakfast. So if you want to load up on those juices, you may bring a bottle from home, and you can fill it up with water or fill it up with juice in the morning, and then that'll get you through a little bit later in the day. They do have some daily specials. We've noticed that on this one, the variety hasn't been quite as good as some on the bigger ships, but you do get more time with the crew, so the service from the crew we feel is like really good. But the dining options are maybe a little bit more limited compared to some of the larger ships. Lots of drink stations available, and then we'll take you around and we'll show you where we like to sit and eat, we always try to go towards the back of the ship. Okay, so here's the aft section. This is where we kind of like to hang out. Usually we'll be in one of these booths over here. If it gets really crowded, you can usually get a seat over here, and then they do have another area where you can get a coffee. You want to get a soda or something like that, they've got available. They have Heineken available all over the ship, and so yeah, that's a good little tip. And then if you come out these doors right here, that'll take you up to that top bar where we're at in the aft section. All right, well, let's push on forward and we'll show you some of the inside amenities, things to do, some of the bars, some of the shopping, and the theater, and all that good stuff, so stick with us. All right, just down those elevators by the buffet, it brings you, we're down on deck 7, and let's just poke out real quick and show you the lifeboat deck. They're going to be doing some safety training and drills, so they're very well trained. There's everybody, all the lifeboats right down there. It goes all the way to the other end, so you want to meet at your assembly station, and then they'll bring you down so everybody gets in the right boat at the right time in a nice orderly fashion in case of an emergency. So we're going to push on through and show you some of the bars and some of the places to eat and where your dining options are going to be later at night. There's that central atrium area again, and the El Espresso bar is going to be right up here. So if you're looking for a signature coffee, if you want to get like an Irish coffee or something with like a little you know, a little kick to it, you can do it. They've got a nice little bar over there. You can walk up to the bar and order, but usually they like you just kind of sit at these tables and they'll come and take your order, and then you can just kind of relax and enjoy the ship. There's going to be another bar up here just ahead, the Purple Jazz Bar. Here's your kiosks, so if you want to check your excursion times, or if you want to check your theater show times, that sort of thing, you just give it a little tap like that, and nature is going to be the show tonight. And they don't really need reservations on this ship because they've got a big theater for a smaller ship, and we really do like the theater style on the Fantasia class, which is the ones that we're on. And this ship was specifically designed so it can move through like the Panama Canal and things like that, so it can go just about anywhere in the world. All right, so there's the Purple Jazz Bar right there. It's very well lit. It's got a nice nice vibe, but they do like dance classes and things in here, so you might be having a little lounge, and then all of a sudden it turns into like a salsa or a dance class right there. The sports bar is going to be, the sport fun bar is going to be over here to the left. We did do the reviews. We'll see how it usually takes a little while to get everything posted on the channel. We get a lot of content in a short amount of time, and then we'll get that posted out there for everybody. But it's got yellow seating in this one. It's not quite as big as the sports bars on the newer ships, but there is a lot to see and do. They got the little mini bowling right here. We saw some people doing some mini bowling, and the gentleman was actually throwing it from all the way back up here, but you can walk up on the lane and get up to the line. They got a little Pac-Man skee ball and some seating, and if they have a soccer match, football match, that's pretty much almost something sports is going on. And if it's a big game, this place gets packed. So you want to get here early on big game nights. Other times, if there's no games going on, it's a great place to get a quick drink before dinner or something of that nature. All right, let's push on back to the next venue, which is going to be the aft lounge. Okay, this is where the venues kind of run into each other. This is going to be the La Prua area. This is what we call the piano bar, and we actually had a really nice bar service over here. Hello, how are you? The other night, just really, it was top notch. It's almost like a Vegas nightclub or something like that in here. They shake it up for you, give you a good drink, and then over here they'll have some lounge singing, or you can just kind of chill in the chairs and that sort of thing. You don't have to order at the bar. You can sit down and they'll wait on you too. But this one does get a little bit busy at night, so try to get in there early. Oh, another announcement. All right, just past the piano bar. I know we said we're going to take you to the aft lounge, and we will, but we walked right into the Purple Jazz Bar. Sometimes those lights just get me, and I have to just go in there and check that. I just like the looks of that venue. But here's the theater. This is the Strand Theater, so this is where you're going to have your shows later in the evening. We saw a show last night that we have not seen. We'll try to cover some of the shows for everybody, but there it is. Very large theater. In theory, they could get all 4,000 people in here. I don't know that that's the case. I think it's really between the two shows you can do it, but make sure you catch a couple of the shows because they really are doing a great job with the theater performances. All right, so that's going to be the theater, and we'll take you and show you where your restaurants are going to be next. Okay, we're going to head down one deck and we'll show you, we'll take you through the casino on the way to the restaurants and show you some of those things. There shouldn't be any gambling going on in port, so we'll be able to show you some of those venues. And you can access the theater from 2 different floors, so you can come down here or you can walk down from the very top. This is the casino. They'll have the games rocking and rolling a little bit later in the day. This is kind of a great meeting spot. We got a couple of really good photos with some people dressed up last night, and the captain and everybody, so you never know who you're going to see moving through this area. The cashier's office is going to be right over there. They've got a beautiful sized bar. We do notice that you can get kind of a quick drink at this bar because they have several bartenders later in the evening, and then your gaming tables and things like that are going to be over here to the left. And this is what we kind of call like the Titanic style staircase. And we see a lot of people trying to do those photos right there of an evening before they head to the show. All right, that's going to be the casino, and we'll keep on keeping on. Okay, moving past the casino, they do have a cruise card activation point. We try to do that as soon as we get on the ship, just so we're good to go and don't have to worry about that on disembarkation day. This is, they just call it the lounge. They have one on the Divina called the Cigar Lounge, so that's going to be right there. You can get a drink late night in there. If you want to have a smoke on a cigar, you can do it. They allow that in certain areas. This is going to be some of the shopping, so if you're looking for a watch or some jewelry or things like that, you can do it. They do have another piano down here. We've heard some karaoke at this one.
Yes,
so
a lot of karaoke that happens.
Some better than others, some really good, and you never know on that one. And this is the bar over here, so this is more like a coffee drink, but if you want to get a top shelf glass of wine, they do have a little bit of everything. There's another area for some gelato that's usually in the $4 to $7 range, just depending on how many scoops you want. This is the Galleria, where you're gonna have some more shopping if you're looking for like a watch or you know, some jewelry or something a little bit higher end. They're gonna have it in that location right there. Nice little venue. I like that. It's just got a nice vibe, and the decor is really quite nice. Watch your step up these stairs right here. Okay, pushing back aft, this is going to be the duty-free shop. So if you're looking for a little tax-free shopping, you can do it. It's like perfumes and things like that. If you want to get, we'll just pop on over. They've got Estee Lauder and some other items. So yeah, if you didn't bring something cosmetics-wise or any of that type of thing, they'll have it right there. There is access to the top of one of the restaurants. Is going to be right up here, and we'll take you down one more floor. And then the MSC kids store, this is where the kids shop is. So if you want to get them a MSC bear or MSC hat and that sort of thing, little jackets for the kiddos, they've got them in this one. And just look for those opening hours times, and they'll have everything posted for you. Okay. All right, just coming down those stairs right there down to deck 5. This is going to be another area where you can access your restaurant later in the evening. This is going to be La Regia restaurant, and you can come in through these double doors right here, and they do have another little venue to do some shopping just off here to the left, or a lounge. You can shop and lounge at the same time in that one. So the restaurant just above us on deck 6, that was the Villa Verde. If you're looking for yours restaurant, we're in this one down here, and that's where that's going to be. And then that brings you down into the central atrium. They do have this iris option right here where they'll scan your eyeball, and then you can get it printed out, and it kind of looks like an artistic design. We've noticed that that's getting more and more popular. There's the central atrium piano. What do we got? 3 pianos on the ship, I do believe. And you can have some lounge seating down here. Here's those staircases that are MSC is always really famous for. They've got the crystals in there, and this one's got kind of a golden motif, and then those elevators go up to the central area. All right, so if you're having any trouble with your room, or your key's not working, or you're having trouble with your account, you can come on in here to the hotel reception and guest services area, and usually this thing is packed with a long line. On a port day, that's a great time to come down here and see them if you're having any kind of trouble. They are available and standing by right now, so that's a nice little venue. The excursions desk is up here, but oh boy, are they not open a lot. They'll give you some coupons in your room if you want to get like a 40% off or something. So if you haven't booked yet, you might get a discount on the day of, but they're really only open at limited hours. It's like 9 to 11 on port days, and then they don't open up until like later. And we're gonna do one more safety drill. Okay. All right, the crew safety drills have been concluded. This is a great bar down here. If it's not busy, come down and see these bartenders. If you've got the drink package, they get you a real nice drink real quick. Sometimes we just sit up there at the bar, have one right before dinner because it's close by. Had great service down here, and that's going to be the Splendida bar. So, okay, that's going to wrap up deck 5. Let's go ahead and take you up top. Everybody wants to see where the spa is and some of the haircut place, and the gym's going to be up there. Yeah. We'll take you up there next, and then we'll let you know what we think of this ship and how it compares to the other MSC ships that we've toured on the channel. All right, we're making our way up to deck 14 to show you the spa, but right above us over here we want to get a couple more areas. The specialty restaurants are going to be just up ahead of us, and they've got a nice little tea room if you're looking for a nicer glass of wine or champagne or something like that later in the day. They do have a few beers on tap. That's going to be that one right there. That's the dim sum bar and tea house. So if you're looking for a fancy cup of tea, they can get it for you right there. Here's going to be the butcher's cut specialty dining venue. We'll just pop in and show you through the windows here. You can just walk in and eat if you want to do that, or make those reservations. If you want to do the specialties, I'd say wait for those sales and then go ahead and book them ahead of time as just kind of part of your package. And really it's not too bad. The pricing options, I think if you want to do an all-in dinner, bubbles, that's going to be like 130 bucks. If you want to just eat a couple of people, it's going to be in the $75 range per person right there. All right, we got to go over to the other side and head back towards the aft lounge and the photo gallery. Okay, to access the aft lounge, you have to stay on this side of the ship, and they'll have the photos out a little bit later in the day. It says no video or no photos, but that's because they don't want you to video or photo the photos that are out there, and there aren't any right now, so we're a-okay. If you want to get a GoPro, they've got the Hero Black right there, $349, and a few accessories. If you forgot your equipment, went out the door and we're trying to vlog, oh, okay, well, you can get one on board the ship. Here's another access over here to the butcher's cut, so you can actually access the butcher's cut from either side, one side or the other, and we'll take you on back. Hey, what's up? And butcher's cut, we were just telling them about you. So, all right, and there's another little seating area if you want to do that, and then we'll take you on in back to, there's a couple of central elevators, and yeah, you can access that boat deck right over here to the left. Just past the boat deck is going to be the aft lounge. It's right over here. They've got this one central circular bar over here, and then this place late at night gets packed. You'll have all kinds of events and things. They've got a little DJ booth over here to the left. Here's going to be the dance floor, so if you're doing a dance contest or you're trying to have a live band or anything like that, you can see it right over there. The stage will be up there, and then if you want to sit for an event, you want to get here early and try to get some of these tables or chairs right here, and they'll just wait on you at the table right there, and then you're very close to access the dance floor and see the band and that sort of thing. So all right, that's going to be the aft lounge, and we'll take you up to the spa next. All right, deck 14, Arya Spa and Gym. Just come down here. You got to be on this side. It's the right hand side if you're walking out of the equatorial pool and bar area, and then you just head on back here, and then they'll have some attendants over here to the right, usually asking you if you would like to get a package or something like that. They've got some access over here to the hair salon. If you want to get a wash and a trim or something, you can do it. They've got spa specials that go throughout the day, and really it's very similarly designed to the Divina. We've noticed they have this little back water flow over here. Morning. And yeah, if you want to get a signature product or hair product or any type of skin treatment, that sort of thing, you can do it right over here. Here's going to be where you get access to like your massages, and they've got the cold plunge and the steam rooms and all that good stuff right over there on that side. They've got a nice little central area. You can reserve your reservations over here to the right, and then they do have a juice bar if you want to get you a protein shake, or you want a fresh squeezed juice or something like that, you can do it. You can get the Gatorade right over here if you want to do that. We usually will go into the gym or get a Gatorade, and we have noticed that the Gatorade in Europe is very different from the States. No fructose corn syrup or artificial color coloring. The lime tastes like lime, the lemon tastes like lemon, and the orange tastes like orange juice. But in the gym we go. This is going to be the Techno Gym. They've got a few machines. It's not a huge gym. If you're doing some powerlifting or something like that, you'll have to work with the dumbbells. They don't really have a full squat rack like they do on some of the bigger ships. But they do have treadmills, and you can get in a little workout. Just keep in mind that the weights are in kilograms, not in pounds. They've got this power plate. I stood on that, and that thing shakes you from your feet. We're not quite sure what that does, but it's worth an experience just to get on there and push the button for a couple of seconds. They've got the kettlebells right there, and a couple of rowing machines. So that's going to be the gym. All right, everyone, that's the full ship tour of the MSC Splendida, or Splendida as we say, and really it's a nice ship. It's just a little bit smaller than some of the brand new ones. If you want to spend time with the crew, interact with the crew, this is a great one for that. We've had, like I said, we had really great bar service. The food, we'll see how it ranks out compared to some of the other ships. It's been okay. I can't give them a 10 out of 10 on that. I can give them a 10 out of 10 on the shows and the bar service and that sort of thing. The buffet at peak times is a little bit of a struggle. Just prepare yourself for that. But if you're from the States and you haven't been on a Mediterranean cruise, you know, with all these port stops and days, you can kind of enjoy the ship on the port days. But if you haven't been to those ports like us, you got to get off the ship and do that. So we're going to try to get that in here next today, Livorno, and we still got to do a lunch buffet this afternoon. So we're busy vlogging for everybody out there. But that's why we do what we do. We want to try to show you where to go, what to see, and that sort of thing. We haven't had any trouble with everything. All the menus are pretty much in English. The staff really all speak English, and we've picked up a few little words in several languages over the course of the trip, though. So, but what'd you think of the ship?
Yeah, I agree with what you were saying. A little more on the smaller side for the ship, but yeah, overall I had a great trip. I really enjoyed the theater shows. The bar service was great. Getting that interaction with the staff members. But yeah, the buffet food was a little, I don't know,
right,
mediocre-ish, but
they don't have the omelet station, I guess, and the meat carving station. I don't know what the deal was, but there's one girl there that every time I go for a piece of turkey or a slice of ham or something, she would basically take it off the counter and right before I got there. And it happened like 2 or 3 times. So I don't know, maybe that was just coincidental, but
a little strange.
Yeah, so there've been a couple of things with the food, and like at dinner, the staff was nice, but they gave her my entree and her my appetizer and vice versa. With the
desserts, and then that mixed up.
One night they had the drinks, and then the next night they didn't have the drinks, and then the next day they did. So maybe it has something to do with the port stops, and they get different things on and off the ship. That's possible. So just be prepared for that. But it's not that it was bad. It's just that we're just strictly comparing it to other MSC ships that we've been on. I think for me, the food on the MSC Seascape was probably the best out of the 6 we've been on so far. The Seaside classes just have a little bit more options, a little bit bigger on the food side, but it is a more crowded ship. So there are times when it's a peak time at the pool or peak time at something like that, and you just got to go to other areas, enjoy different parts of the ship where you can get through the service. So just be prepared for that, but don't be afraid to come out here to the Mediterranean. We flew into Rome. We're going to be in 2 nights in Rome. We're going to cover that the next couple of days, and then we're back to the States on that long flight across the pond. But thanks for joining us. Consider subscribing if you're new, or if you watch us all the time and you haven't subscribed yet, we'd appreciate that. Leave us a comment if you saw us on the ship, or if you've been on the ship, any of those good things. We try to answer all the comments. And really, no, we've had a great trip. We've had good weather. This is the cloudiest it's been. We've been struggling trying to stay out of the sun, and now we're like, where's the sun today? But anyway, having a great time, and we'll see you all very soon on the next ship. Could be in December. All right, bye everybody.